let's take a look at how we can leverage the power of AI in our Excel spreadsheets. Our end product is going to be a dashboard consisting of bar charts and pie charts, as well as some tables, summarizing important information from our data set. One of the newest features throughout in Excel is the Copilot feature, which should be found under your Home tab. And off to the right, we have Copilot. Now, before we access Copilot, we want to make sure that our data set is in table format. So if we highlight all of our data and then hit Control-T, we can convert our data set into a table. Now, once our data is in a table, we'll click on Copilot. And now we can start to prompt Copilot with different asks that we want Copilot to perform in terms of analysis or visualizations of our data. So with our pizza sale data here, let's start with some questions of, we have a year's worth of sales data. We want to know what was our best selling pizza. So let's ask Copilot to create a table of the most sold pizza. So we'll take that out and we'll hit enter. It will give it a second to process. All right. And here we can see Copilot has spit out our result of our best selling pizza. Let's add that to a new sheet. And we can see that it had created a table, but then filtered it for just the top selling pizza. So if we wanted to remove that specific formatting they gave us, we could see that the full table is here. And now we have an easy access to what our best selling pizza was, a classic deluxe pizza, followed by barbecue, and just an easy table that we now know what our top sellers from the past year were. Now, another question we might be interested in is for pizza size, what does that breakdown look like in terms of percent of sales? And for this, we can ask Copilot to create a visualization. So we can ask it to create a pie chart of pizza size by quantity. And here we can see that our pie chart was created. Let's add that to a new sheet. And once here we have a table off to the side, as well as a nice visual, letting us know that large made up 38% of our total pizzas sold, followed by 32% of medium and 29% of small, and then smaller distribution of extra large and XXL pizzas. Now, if we're getting into some more advanced analysis, we might be curious about what our best performing month or day of the week was. And from that, we can ask Excel to create a special column for us around order date and giving us the month of the order date as well as the day of the week of the order. So ask Copilot to create two new columns, month and day of week, starting Monday from the order date column. Right. Here we're going to see Copilot spit out our result. So now we have a month and day of week column. And if we come over to the right and highlight over insert columns, we can even start to see a visual preview of that. And we'll hit insert column. And now we have those two columns added to our data set. And from here, we can go on to perform some more in-depth analysis. Let's say to create a vertical bar chart of total sales by month. Right. And here we can see it spit out our bar chart, which we can add to a new sheet. And here we have our bar chart. And if we want to resort it, we could click into this and just sort smallest to largest. And that way we have our beginning months. But now we have a nice bar chart to see the sales there. And we could also ask it, what day of the week did we sell the most pizzas? And then once we get our result, we can add that to a table. And we can remove the filter just so we can see all the different dates. And here we can see that surprisingly Wednesday was our best selling day for pizza, followed by Tuesday and Monday. Now we can go one step further with our data, and we can ask it to create another column. And in this case, we want to know what hour of the day did we sell the most pizzas. So let's take our order time column and ask Copilot to create another column of hour of the day. Highlight over to preview that being added, and looks like that was working correctly, so hit insert. All right, and now we can ask Copilot to create a vertical bar chart of pizzas sold by hour of the day. Now we can use this information as we're thinking about planning and staffing. If we know that there's certain hours where we're getting more pizzas sold, then this information can help us with that. So let's give it a second to output our results. And let's add this to a new sheet. All right, and here we get a sense of the distribution of hour of the day that pizzas are sold. So we can see around noon and 1 o'clock, that seems to be our prime time. Then once we get into later in the day, around 5 and 6 o'clock, we see another spike. So if we're thinking of shift planning, or if we need to hire drivers for certain times, you know that these are going to be our busiest peak hours. And now that we've performed a few different visuals, let's start to aggregate this data into one tab. We can see that we now have a pretty nice visual of what our sales were by month, seeing when pizzas were sold, what hour of the day. We have a visual representation of what was our most popular order sizes, our most popular days of the week, and our most popular pizzas. So that's how we can use Copilot to leverage the analysis and visualization tools to quickly spit out some helpful visuals and create a dashboard in no time.